Hey guys, good to have you back for another video. Welcome you back to our episode of...
We actually haven't named it yet. So here's what we want you guys to do. We want y'all to come up with some ideas. We'll come up with some too. And it'd be really cool if next time we're together, we can put it online, that we take some of the best ideas, we vote on them, we decide what we're going to call this, whatever kind of vlog, podcast we want it to be. We're going to come out with something new every week. So we think we should have a name for it.
This is a good way to start, I think, right?
And Friday? This Friday?
Friday!
Smoking on the mountains. Yeah. You can move. Oh. You can move the mountains. You can move the mountains. You can move the mountains.
We can cut that out.
We'll have to cut by. So it's good to have Brother Ramzi here with us for this week's episode. We figured we would give you a chance to get to know him a little bit, give him a chance to talk a little bit about music, about his ministry and his passion for his ministry. So we're going to actually start off and give you a chance to get to know him a little bit with a few rapid fire questions. And we hope you guys like this. So here we go. What is your most used emoji on your phone?
Should we check, or do you want to just guess?
The idea was rapid fire, so... You know.
Well, it's not rapid answer.
10 minutes later.
Wow. The sunglasses emoji.
Sunglasses.
That surprises me. I don't really use that much.
I believe that though.
But recently I have been using it a lot more, so that makes sense.
Must be feeling pretty good about
I'm
yourself.
a
Hey.
thumbs up go-to.
Well,
That's my go-to.
The
Thumbs up.
second is a fader from a soundboard.
That's appropriate too.
That's not surprising. Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all.
If you could try any food, what would it be?
Indian food like chicken masala.
I'm
I've
down
never
for
tried that before.
Yeah, that sounds good.
You'd like
Sounds
it.
good. All right, we're going to go off the reservation here. A little bit crazy, off-the-wall question.
Here we
If
go.
you were a wrestler, what would your intro music be?
I have the tiger.
Eye of the Tiger. that sounds so cliche.
It was the first thing that came to mind. You said rapid fire.
True.
Well, I wasn't going to say like a Disney song, you know.
Let it go? Like, come on.
Let it go. They come out with a cape on. Let the cape go. You know, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Assuming this decade is off the table because of how terrible this new decade is that we've started, what is your favorite
You're
decade?
throwing away the whole decade.
We just started it.
We
but-
don't know where it's going.
Well, I mean,
Okay, go ahead.
what is your
decade. I
favorite
interrupted.
decade to this point and why?
Man, that's a good question. That's a tough question, man. That's a tough question.
First thought.
All right, I think the 90s, because I was born right at the beginning of the 90s, and that whole decade, all I can remember is playing outside, riding my bicycle, doing stupid stuff, throwing rocks at people.
Yeah.
Like starting rock fights with kids in the neighborhood. Who does that?
Yeah.
Nobody does that anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Nobody
And
does.
of course, now that we're all around 30 years old, we don't get to play outside hardly at all, right? There's no squirt gun fights. It's all over, man. We got to work, provide for our families, be responsible.
We should start meeting up here once.
And
a week
that's
bring
that's
bikes.
boring. No, I'm just kidding.
Bring bikes.
Yeah, we
I thought you were going to
should.
say to have rock fights.
We should show up. There's plenty of rocks in the driveway. We can do that. The parking lot.
BYOG. Bring your own glasses.
Oh wow. Yeah.
All right. So if you're going to sail around the world, what would the name of your boat be?
Oh my goodness. Ask the question again.
If you were going to sail around the world, what would the name of your boat be?
The Voyager. Yeah, I know you're disappointed. But I was gonna go with a Bible name, so you should be glad I didn't go with a Bible name. The Leviathan.
That's
actually
actually
super
pretty
cool.
good. That's actually
That's
pretty
super
good.
cool.
Yeah, once it came out, I was like, okay, that sounds cool.
If you were a type of dog, what breed would you be?
Definitely a poodle. No, I'm joking.
No, you're not. That was a serious. That was a genuine.
No, I don't know. A labradoodle. Poodle and lab. You know, really nice coat. because I'm losing my hair. So I'd love to just, replace
Have
it.
the golden locks.
Have the golden locks. Have the golden locks.
Would you rather be
Looking good.
invincible or have the ability to fly?
Oh, bro, that's tough. Rapid fire. Rapid fire is the name of the game.
Yeah.
Fly. Just flying would be fun.
What was the last thing you ate? That's a dumb
Oh
one.
man, I haven't eaten anything. I drank a cup of coffee.
You haven't eaten like ever? The last thing, it doesn't have to be
Oh,
today.
I guess, yeah, it doesn't have to be today. Last night we ate homemade jambalaya that Skylar made.
That sounds good.
It was very good.
All right. Would you rather travel back in
Oh, I
time
hate
and
would
meet
you rather.
ancestors or to the future and meet your descendants? I actually like that question.
That's a
really good
deep
question. I think ancestors. Travel back in time and meet ancestors. There's no why on that, is there?
There's not. I can tell you my why. My why, I would agree. I would go back and meet
Yes.
ancestors because that could probably help shape your descendants
That's
because
right.
it helps ground you even that
That's
much
right.
more. Because I feel like previous generations, especially
my
those
simple
around
why, yeah.
World War One and World War II, we had descendants, man, people that founded this country that are just like they were crazy awesome.
Right.
I mean, to run off those U-boats at Normandy with bullets flying everywhere and people falling everywhere, and to openly not cower and hide, but to run off and to charge into battle, those guys were crazy. They were amazing. They were heroes.
Yeah.
And so, to me, I think that would be cool because I feel like it would ground me somewhat, even that much more, and maybe challenge me to be better, which would ultimately affect my descendants. But
Yeah. This is the last question I have, and this may be a good segue into asking questions just about you and your life because I think I know the answer to this question, but this tells a lot about you, I think. Are you more productive in the morning or at night?
I think it depends. I think I have found that it's very hard to work at night, but I do it because I've kind of created this habit of staying up late, really late, and working on whether it be a mix or something like that, or if I'm gonna talk it for something, like I'll speak at an engagement of some sort, then I'll study at night. To answer the question properly, I think I'm more productive in the morning. Like if I get up in the morning, a lot of times, for instance, for Sundays and for special events and stuff, man, I'll get up at like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. I'll get my coffee going. I'll pull out whatever books I need or whatever equipment I need and get started with the project that I'm trying to complete for the day. And I mean, I get so much done in the morning because nobody's up, there's no distractions, and you're not tired. You just woke up. So that's definitely that. I would definitely say in the morning, but I've created a habit of staying up late at night and working on stuff. And I've found that, man, it's so difficult to keep yourself awake all night and up to midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning working on a project, staring at a screen. Your eyes are killing you, and actually get work done that needs to be done in a timely manner. So definitely in the morning.
Cool.
So rolling from that, then, great point, and really leading into where we're headed. Obviously, you came in and you and your family came in and joined us here at Calvary and have been helping with the music and with our everything from our vocals and our musicians, everything that is worship here at Calvary. How's that transition been for you and your background leading to that? How do you feel? I know we've talked in the past and you say it was a God thing, how God kind of lined things up to this point, but would you want to maybe talk about that a little bit?
Sure, yeah. Wow. So we've had the great opportunity to travel a little bit and work with other teams and do clinics and things like that, music clinics, teach vocal groups, teach musicians and things like that over the last year or so, while still being music directors of a church in Austin, Texas. And so while we were at the church in Texas and working with them, I realized, man, this traveling thing, working with other teams and stuff is fun. Getting invited to preach or teach at a church is fun, but I really want to settle down somewhere and stay somewhere. Now I had a great job in Austin, and then when I got laid off, that's when we started traveling. we started, accepting offers to teach and do clinics and whatnot. And so that kind of helped us subsidize income for a short period of time. And then the pastor said, because it was kind of coming to a close where we weren't getting as many opportunities, weren't able to pay the bills because I was looking for jobs in the area. The job market was saturated and just could not find any way to sustain our living there in Austin anymore. And my pastor came to me and said, Ramzi, he said, I feel like God is calling you guys away. He said, and he was crying. He was like, I don't want you guys to go. He's like, me and my wife, we've prayed, we fasted about this with you, and we really feel like that's kind of the direction. Which is weird because we had just received communication from a church that said, hey, we'd like you to come try out to be our music directors. But really, did not expect to do that because we were committed to here. We're committed to our home church. We're not going anywhere. So we told him no. Mm-hmm. And then the very same week, he reached out to me and said, we need to meet, talk about this. And so he told me that. And I said, he said, so if anybody reaches out to you and says, hey, we'd like you to, discuss that, the possibility of being a music director at our church full time, then you need to look into doing that. And I was like, wow, well, something did just come up, and I told him about it, and I'll text them and tell them to call you. And so I texted them. I said, hey, look, we lost our job here, and my pastor's reaching out to me and telling me, hey, because we were music directors, for free. It wasn't a paid position. And I said, if you could reach out to my pastor and just talk to him. So they reached out to him, and they said, hey, we want Ramzi and Skyla to come and try out. So we went there, we tried out. They really wanted a music producer as well. And at the time, I had not focused focused that craft and really worked on that craft, cultivated the craft of producing music as a professional, from an expert viewpoint. Like I'm not an expert on, music production. I do it for fun. And I was honest about that. And they were like, well, that's awesome, and we appreciate you being honest about it because that's really what we're looking for. And so that didn't work out. Then we'd go to the next place and just do a clinic, and then the next place, and they would say, oh, well, we're looking for a music director. So it was kind of, we'll just kind of see what fits for them. And then we tried out at a place for a little bit for a few weeks, and that didn't work out. And I said, maybe we need to stop looking for positions and just continue to do clinics. So we did, and we went to Louisiana, we went to other states and just did stuff. And then Pastor Simpson called us, and it was because of a connection from one of the clinics we did that they reached out to Pastor Simpson, and he had reached out to them. And because of that relationship, he was able to reach out to me and say, hey, why don't you come by and so we came, we spent some time with the Simpsons. I mean, even from our first phone call, I really felt a connection with Brother Simpson. And some people say that, and it's like, oh, okay, what? But I did. I felt something when he answered the phone, and I said, he said, this is Pastor Simpson, and I said, well, hey, do I know you? He said, well, I don't know. Do you? It was great, and it made me laugh. And so we had this really good conversation the first time, and about what they needed, about what Calvary needed. And so then we get here, to fast forward to it, we get here, and we spend that first day with them, and I'm just like, I'm taken back. Like the pastors that we spent time with, they were nice. There's nothing wrong with other pastors or anything like that. Our personalities just didn't seem to click. And I mean, that first day, Skyla really clicked with Sister Simpson, and I really clicked with Brother Simpson. And we really felt like, man, this feels good, just from that first day. Mm-hmm. But we were really, we're not trying to make a quick decision.
Right.
And so we waited for we were here for a full 2 weeks. And I said, Skyla, I really feel passionate about this group. And I really feel connected with this pastor. And I had already talked to Zach a little bit. And I think I even talked to you a little bit about, meeting people, and that we really love being here. And it was just a very, very clear yes from both me and Skyla. And we talked about it multiple times. And each day that passed, we were like, okay, do we still feel this way? Mm-hmm. Based on this practice, based on this service, based on these plans that we've discussed with the pastor, do we still feel connected? And it was ever more. Every day, it felt like we were more connected. And so we knew it was a God thing. But it's not like you know completely what's going to happen the next month or the next week. But with every month that has passed over the last 6 months, we have connected more with the people here, more with the families here, more with the couples here. There's more camaraderie. There's more teamwork that is exhibited, and we're seeing this team work and connect together, and then connect with us as well. And so it's just this wonderful symbiotic relationship with the whole church, with the pastoral team, with the music team. And so I'll be honest with you, I'm honored and flattered and everything to be here, not just because of the talent, but because you're looking at it and saying, God placed you here. This is where God wanted you. You begin to see that so clearly, and that's honoring and humbling. You know what I mean?
Hey guys, that was just a piece of the interview we did with Brother Ramzi. We got more of that coming out here soon. So keep looking and watching for that.
And definitely make sure you go and you like our videos, you follow us on social media, and you subscribe to our channel so you can catch all the content we put out. We're going to do our best to put out as much as we can to continue to connect with you guys. We hope you guys like it. We love you guys. We'll see you later.